Hi everyone, it's Paola. Welcome back to my channel, Art and Graphic Design. You know what I do here. If you don't, please subscribe. I do a lot of design stuff and cool stuff. Okay, so hi. Welcome back. I am so happy to be filming, like you have no idea. Anyway, today's video, I wanted to do a quick design video. Like I've already created this thing and now I kind of just want to talk through it. It's just kind of like a little mock-up project. Those are my fave. They're like really fun to do, good for like my creativity, good for inspiration. And I kind of already had something like together, so I want to talk you through it. Hold on. So basically I had a letter that I made on my most recent Adobe Live that I was part of. If you haven't seen that, I will link that below. That was amazing. And I was creating custom lettering, and I know that's a big topic that you guys like and also I love. So yeah, I definitely want to make a lot more videos creating custom typography and just discussing that more in general. So I thought, let me do something with this letter. I was kind of brainstorming and talking with the chat when I was on Adobe Live, and people were coming up with like brand ideas of like how these letters could look, and you know, it was really fun. So I thought, let's extend that. What could I do with this letter? And my sister actually said to me after the Adobe Live, she's like, oh, it looked like a snack brand, like popcorn or something. And I was like, okay, that's cute. So I decided to do wow snacks because I already have a W. So let's do two W's and create an O based off of this letter. So that's what I did. I just took in my W and I started kind of creating a shape for the O that would go along with it. And I think that's always fun, and that's always a good challenge in custom type. Like, what could come next from this first letter I've made, or what comes after, what shapes come after to create these letter forms that are now one informed, cohesive type. So yeah, it's a really fun challenge. I created this O shape and kind of brought in that same like shape in between that kind of was like a circle, but it had space, so it looked bulbous. Yeah, so like that blank space in the middle, using negative space to create something cool. That was kind of the idea here. And in adding color with this one, especially this type of shape, I wanted to do a gradient because I felt that it made it look more rounded in itself. So the color kind of added to the shape that I created. So that was kind of what I did there. And I feel like the O really worked with the W shape. And obviously I just copied another W and it was wow. That's the brand name I came up with, so creative. But again, I really wanted to make this like a quick design project and, you know, something that you could do too. And I just want to stress, this entire project was so out of my comfort zone. Like if you look at my actual design portfolio and my past work, I don't really do stuff like this. I don't do really funky, and I don't do a lot of color, like really bright color. You guys, if you know me and you watch my channel, you know my design style. And so yeah, this was definitely out of my comfort zone. And I'm not even sure if it's something that I would like share publicly because it feels so off-brand for me. Like obviously I'm sharing it publicly here, but like not in a portfolio professional setting. But yeah, it's like a really good challenge. I feel like if I did take it further and really like created a real brand out of this and, you know, did all the packaging like perfectly and really pulled it together, like, you know what I mean, all the details of this and kind of like the brand guidelines and all that. If I did that with this, I just don't know how confident I would feel at the end of it. Like maybe I would feel better about it if I did a lot. But yeah, just it still doesn't feel like me, you know? So that's kind of an interesting challenge too. If you're working with freelancing, like working with clients, it's not always your style. And that can be tough, you know, that can be a tough challenge, but it can also be a good challenge for you that a client comes to you with a brief that is completely out of your comfort zone. And you know your limits, you know what you're good at. So it's not always right to work with like a client who's opposite you. But if it is something that you just feel like, wow, like I never do stuff like this, but you know, or this like style, not something completely out of stuff, you know, but like if it's just, wow, I never do this, like try it, challenge yourself. And I feel like I did with this. It was like my own prompt, it wasn't a client prompt, but I think it can really help me in the future with clients who maybe come in with a new idea that's just very different to my typical work. So I got to work from there in changing some of the coloring. As soon as like I brought it all in and created another letter and made a word out of it, it definitely felt a bit like like bland, like it needed a brighter color. So I was just like down for anything. I was ready to try anything and try different like colorways and how that would look in the brand for different elements of the brand. Like if it were for popcorn, snacks, chips, like whatever the labels are, you know, it could be different colors within the brand. So I also had to choose a typeface to go with the custom lettering. And I think that's important too in branding, you know, coming up with 1 or 2 different typefaces that go really well together. I always say like, don't do more than 3 typefaces together. That's chaos. But yeah, that's kind of like my rule for it, a general design rule. But yes, coming up with a sans serif typeface, I felt like went with the very bubbly, fun lettering that I created. So I wanted to keep it simple for the second letter choice, because yeah, you don't want to overwhelm your design. And you know, I wasn't working in black and white here. I was already working with something that was created. So, you know, I really had to think critically about not overwhelming the design. So I actually ended up like tilting things and putting it all together and creating like popcorn, chips, you know, different like ideas for what the brand would be selling. And just overall they would be called wow snacks. So that was kind of like the idea here. And sometimes a quick design challenge might not be as quick as you anticipated. You know, there might be bumps along the way, but that's always the good challenge to push through and figure out, you know, where you get stuck in your design process and work out those kinks, you know? So once I was done kind of playing around with colors and playing around with, you know, tilting and shapes and just the whole brand itself, I wanted to bring it into a packaging design, and just, you know, come up with what it would actually look like. And of course it would have like so much more detail on the bag if I was doing like a bigger project here. But like I said, I really wanted to keep it simple, focus on lettering, kind of share with you a challenge that maybe you want to do. And so, yeah, I just kind of wanted to make this to like inspire a bit. So I brought it into a packaging mock-up that I got on Adobe stock, and I was like picking colors and stuff, which I think was also a new challenge of like what colors are going to be complementing with this. And I did encounter some challenges of like the shape of the letters and like the tilting and how it looked on the bag. Like it looked too straight, so I had to tilt it even more. And yeah, I just wanted it to look like a little bit fun and funky and not so just flat on. Like I just wanted it to look dynamic and fresh. So I feel like I kind of achieved that. Yeah, it definitely feels like simplified at the end. You know, it's not like the big, like incredible, like packaging looks so realistic and like finished product. And I think I do feel a little bit like not confident about it because it's so out of my comfort zone, but it is a really fun challenge. And I was so proud of that W that I made at the beginning, and I drew it out like from scratch, and it felt like something that was mine and something that I did from beginning to end. So that way I felt accomplished. But yeah, definitely just because it's so different from my style, my normal style, I do feel a little bit strange about it. But you know, like that's design, that's art, like that's the process of all of it, is creating bad things, creating good things, just creating to create and showcasing it, you know, like getting feedback on it and showing what you are making currently. And I don't know, there's so many elements to art, obviously, but I think it's important that we try everything and, you know, we dabble in everything, and that's when we can figure out what our strengths are. And this is of course a creative challenge that is just so fun and like no pressure, you know? And I think that's what I like to do on my channel, is like show you guys that like design doesn't always have to be full of pressure. You don't always have to be perfect. You don't always have to do something that feels exactly like you and like the top of your game design wise, like you're always improving every single project, like best you've ever done. It's okay to like take a crazy path and just explore and have fun. And you know, with this helped me with custom lettering. This is helping me on a next project. This is getting me to the next place I want to go. And this is helping me explore colors for the first time, honestly, like truly. So that's the branding. Wow snacks, cute little like chip brand, cute little popcorn brand. Like I just had fun with this. And yeah, does it feel like me? Exactly. No. Am I still gonna post this video and show you guys and get your feedback? Yes, I care what you guys think, and I love discussing stuff in the comments. So yeah, definitely let me know if you need more custom lettering videos. Like I got you. Okay guys, that was the video. I think I just rambled a lot, but I was so excited to sit down and film. Like you have no idea. I haven't been able to film the way I've been wanting to film, and it's just been really frustrating. And I miss you guys. So yeah, okay. Check out all my other content. I'm making YouTube shorts now. I'm posting some other stuff like more design help videos. And I am posting on every platform, Instagram, TikTok, everything. So yeah, follow me. And I'll see you in the next video, guys. Okay, bye. I'm just happy the construction stopped for the 15 minutes that I rambled, so thank God.